Hi, I'm Thomas Smart, and the second edition of my book, Serverless Beyond the Buzzword, was recently published. Now, compared to the first edition, the new book has considerably more content and delves far deeper into the different topics around serverless architecture. Now, this is a series of articles and videos where I walk through each of the new book's chapters, summarizing the content and providing some additional commentary. Chapter 7 covers data, a critical asset in most organizations. As such, there are high expectations around protecting and managing it. With the advancement of technology and the wide adoption of the cloud, specialized databases have been built to cater to specific use cases. Instead of only the traditional relational database, we now have many other options such as NoSQL databases, time series, graph, and ledger. Choosing the right tool is essential to ensure that value can be more easily generated from our data. In serverless, each microservice can have its own distinct database. That can be an exclusive relationship with other microservices having to go via the owner to interact with that data, or it can be a shared database. Instead of a single centralized database, we can use purpose-built databases for different use cases. For example, a ledger database for transactions, a graph database for recommendations, and a document database for product inventory. In a multi-database approach, most databases will store, log, backup, and restore changes only for themselves. This could lead to multiple sources of truth, especially when there is overlap in the data. The book covers one approach to addressing this using a technique called event sourcing. Event sourcing uses a centralized event store, which contains an immutable list of events that happened within the architecture to automatically determine the actual current state of the data. DynamoDB is a NoSQL database with single-digit millisecond performance at any scale. It is the most popular option for building serverless applications, and it offers two billing modes, provisioned and on-demand. The provision mode requires predicting and then configuring the desired read and write capacity and bills for the configured amount of capacity even if it is not fully utilized. The on-demand mode automatically scales capacity based on actual requests and only bills for the consumed capacity. DynamoDB does have some challenges. The schema and configuration must be well designed to manage costs and meet the application requirements. Changing these later can be quite challenging and costly. DynamoDB's lack of query capabilities, such as joins, makes it unsuitable for data that includes many relationships. In April 2022, AWS announced the general release of Amazon Aurora Serverless version 2, after being in preview for over a year. Version 2 has been built for serious production relational data workloads with multiple features that really cater for high availability, quick and granular scaling, and makes configuration support. Amazon TimeStream is a serverless time series database designed to store and analyze data that has been stored sequentially and tightly bound to specific dates and times. That can be especially useful when the time order of information is critical for data analysis. It's commonly used for IoT sensor data and logs, for example. Amazon Quantum Ledger Database, or QLDB, is a serverless ledger database that provides a transparent, immutable, cryptographically verifiable transaction log. The service and the logs are owned by a central trusted authority, AWS, restricting direct access and unauthorized changes to the log. This service can be used when the integrity of the data is of the utmost importance and any changes to the data must be verifiable. This chapter also looks at other services that can support data. For example, AppSync is a serverless GraphQL API that integrates with several cloud services behind the scenes. AppSync handles most of the integration and data sources such as DynamoDB or Aurora, where it can retrieve data from and present it to a client via a single standardized interface. S3 is an object storage service that can store almost unlimited any type of data in any format. S3 is suitable for use cases such as hosting static websites and files, data lakes, streaming media, archive backups, and logs. There are different storage classes, each suitable for a particular data lifecycle, such as actively used data or long-term archive. Generally speaking, the less frequently the data is accessed, the lower the storage cost. And that brings us to the end of this chapter. A link to the book and to my blog with all of the chapter articles and videos can be found in the video description. Please connect on LinkedIn, and if you buy the book, please leave a review on Amazon. Thank you.